The city of Astrian had always considered itself distant from Earth, not only in distance, but in spirit. Even when the pale disk of the planet hung above the domes, when archival screens showed green continents and night-lit cities, people turned away. Astrian lived by its own breath, its own thin air, its own fragile light beneath glass. But it didn't begin here. Once humanity built the lunar project, not for dreams, for survival. Earth was suffocating under debt, overpopulation, and conflicts that had not yet dared to be called wars. At the border of eternal light and eternal shadow rose Trank, a base buried under dust, with creaking modules, solar fields, and ice hidden in ancient craters. And above it hung Hermes, an orbital node, a port, a customs station, a market, the place where threads of influence converged. And then came Mars. At first, a few tunnels, dozens of specialists, gray sand and wind that scraped metal in a way nothing on Earth ever had. Then, new sectors, domes with real Earth soil inside. The first habits, the first daily routes, the first corners where people went to rest between shifts. Thus, Astrian was born from the desert, not by decree, but by human repetition. The city grew, thousands of people, then tens of thousands. Earth's report celebrated the colony is approaching self-sufficiency. Politicians smiled, corporations counted profits, and no one saw the inevitable approaching. The last war did not begin as a war. First, communication failures, pauses, strange windows of silence between data streams, and then avalanches of signals, bursts of alarm, pleas for rescue coming from orbital nodes. Hermes lasted the longest. Trank did too, but Earth dissolved into static, and then silence, flat, deaf. The kind you don't believe at first, the kind that breaks time. Stations vanished from screens as if shut off by an invisible hand. Hermes answered less and less. Trank sent one long message and fell silent. It was 10 years ago. Astrian survived only because it refused to go mad. Power fell to those always listened to, the energy workers, the agricultural clusters, the transport leads. They held the city by three threads: light, food, delivery, and the unspoken rule: as long as the filters breathe, no one fights. The city shrank to 27,000, less, and it would collapse, more, and it could not feed itself. People learned to live without Earth, without news, without parts, without a future. Some sectors went dark, some turned into new homes, some became refuges for those who no longer wished to see other faces. And among them lived a man known only by rumor, a scientist, one who never accepted Mars as home, one who, at night, looked at Earth, not with nostalgia, but with a question: is it alive or not? Astrian remembered him only when it was time to attempt the impossible. In the 9th year of silence, the city decided to send a ship to the moon. It sounded insane, but insanity was sometimes the only path to survival. The ship was assembled from 2 old hulls. A third was taken apart for parts. Navigation was pulled from archives. The calculations were done by that same scientist from the distant sector. The expedition launched and returned. They reported, Trank still stands, the domes are intact, the solar fields dusty but alive, inside silence but not death. And the communication station answered, briefly, dully, like a heartbeat. They brought helium-3, parts, maps, and hope. But not the most important thing. Earth is silent. The channels are alive. There is no answer. And when the captain lifted his eyes, the room fell into that familiar silence. Not fear, a choice. Now, As the 10th year of silence draws to an end, Astrian stands before a decision that no longer belongs to Earth, but only to them, to those who remained living under the domes, where the light is fragile, where the air is thin, where every breath is a choice, and where, for the first time in long years, a question surfaced that is more frightening than any war. What if we are now the last voice of humanity?